Okay, we're doing a lower body session today. We've already done our plyo work, some multi-directional ones. We didn't video them, we've done them before in another video. I'll put the link to it in my description. But yeah, we're on to seated jumps today. Just trying to work from a seated position, jumping over a hurdle. Don't have my proper hurdle today, it's broke, so just using what we can in the gym. I have some boxes. I don't actually particularly like jumping onto a box because I think it takes out the landing part, that like hard eccentric on a body. So I want to have that part, so that's why I prefer jumping over things and landing on the floor, because when you land on the box it's a little bit too soft and it's not strengthening the tendons the way that I want them to. A lot of people think that you should jump on boxes because it's a little bit softer and it's a little bit not as demanding on the tendons or on the ankles, but I think if you start doing that too much, it means you're not preparing your ankles and your tendons for sport. You're not preparing them for those landings. In sport or in general, you're not strengthening them if you're jumping onto a box that's so soft. So that's why I prefer landing on the floor. It's a little bit harder, a little bit more pressure on the tendons, on the ankles, on the muscles, and that's what I want, because you want to stress them. You don't want to make it too soft. You want to actually stress the muscles and the tendons. So that's why you want to land on the floor rather than jumping onto a box. I'm not saying jumping onto a box is bad. Just, you can do it, but just don't do it every single time you're doing a jump session. Try to land on the floor so you're actually preparing your tendons and you're actually strengthening your muscles and tendons rather than just landing on a soft box and not preparing them for those landings you get in sport, or just even, not even just sport, just strengthening them in general. Just doing like 3 and then go higher. If we can, see how high we can get with this. Do like 3 in a row, then go higher, 3 in a row, then go higher, wait till we can't jump any higher, then hit a few reps of that height, then go on to our squats. Also, I'll talk about if you should worry about jump technique when you're doing these kind of exercises. Should you be trying to jump in a specific way? I don't think you really should. Obviously, if your jump technique is completely crap, then you should maybe work on it a little bit, but I think for the most part, we're looking to get an adaptation on the body and your technique. Jump technique doesn't matter too much because your body's going to self-organize itself when you're going to that jump. You're not, if you're thinking too much about your technique, then it's going to put you off a little bit. You're probably not going to jump as high, and you're not going to jump the way your body wants to. If you're like constantly, I need to put my foot here and you put my foot there, you're not going to be able to jump as high. Your body's not going to be able to self-organize. It's not going to, you're just going to mess up the jump. I feel like you don't want to overthink it too much. You just want to go jump, and then your body's going to self-organize itself. It's going to jump in the way that it feels best. Obviously, some people do have terrible jump technique and need to work on it a little bit, but when you're actually doing jump sessions like this, or like running jumps, jumping, touching a basketball hoop, whatever, and jumping up for a header, you don't want to think too much about your technique because it's going to put you off. It's going to make you not jump as high. So if, like for me, if you're just in a jump session, just go for it. Let your body self-organize itself. Unless your technique is absolute crap, probably speak to a coach. Look online, there's plenty of things online about jump technique. Maybe work on it a little bit, but for most people, there's no need to worry about your jump technique. Just get in, do a jump session. Over time, the more reps you do, your body will self-organize itself into a good jump technique, because your body will think, oh, I need to do this to jump higher, and it will eventually work. So realistically, just get in, get the reps in, especially start with just do some jump sessions, keep jumping, different various ways, and if your body will adapt to it and it will self-organize itself into the jump technique that works for you. So we're going to do a few more of these. 3 at this height, and I don't know if we'll get much higher than this, to be honest. There's a little bit of fear in this one. I don't want to fall, kick the box and then fall and bang my head off the floor. But a little bit of fear is good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much higher than that without kicking the box. So we'll do a few more reps at this height, and then we will go on to our back squats. So about jump technique, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Get in. If you want to improve your jump ability, get in and do tons of jumping, variously in different ways, like seated ones, running jumps, standing jumps, all different kind of variations, and that's how you're going to get a better jumper. That's how you're going to become a better jumper, because we're looking for that adaptation rather than the perfect technique. I also like these seated jumps because it makes you produce force really quickly. Like, you don't have that eccentric where, like, if you're running jumping, you kind of have that, you can load the muscles up when you're coming down, like coming in, like running into the jump. You kind of load the muscles up eccentrically, and then you can jump up concentrically. But with these, you don't have that. You've just basically like a concentric motion. So it's good to do different kind of jumps, and that's why I like to do this one. Something a little bit different. I've been doing a lot of running jumps, but hopefully this helps me be quicker, like just at jumping. Okay, we're going to go into our back squats now. Try and work up to a 1 rep max weight. Try and get my PB. Never gone over 150 before, so I'm going to work up to 1 rep at like maybe 52.5, maybe a 155. See how the warm-up sets are feeling, then we'll just go right into it. So my legs feel pretty good today, so I'm hoping we should manage to get a PB. And we've got to take advantage of those days when your legs feel good. Don't get them that often. Normally when I come in, my legs are pretty tired. Warm up, I feel okay, but today I feel really good. So you've got to take advantage of those days and push for PBs when you can. Then we're going to do some back off sets. I think it's 2 sets of 3 reps, maybe 3 sets of 3 reps. We'll see how we feel. Still on our warm-up sets. We're doing 100 kilo for 5 reps. I've already done 2 warm-up sets already. Spoke a couple of weeks ago about velocity training and how I think it's pointless, especially when I'm doing my warm-up sets. Like I'm talking about when velocity training, I'm talking about like lifting light weights fast. So when I do my warm-up sets, I lift the weights as fast as I can, rather than actually using lifting light weights fast as a training modality. If you do it in your warm-up sets, you're still getting whatever the speed, strength, speed, whatever people talk about. You're still getting that stimulus by doing it in the warm-up sets, and it gets you prepared for your max lift. So that's why when I'm trying to, no matter what way I do, I always try and lift it as fast as I can anyway. But obviously, when you're doing like lighter sets, you can just do it really slow, or just do it at a normal speed. But if you actually put it into your mind, I'm going to lift this as fast as I can, it does help me, I feel, when I do like heavier weights. I feel a bit more switched on, I feel a bit more fast. So that's why when I'm doing lighter weights, that's when I lift light weights fast. I don't actually use velocity training as a training modality. I just do it when I'm warming up for my actual heavy sets. And it seems to work. Like it's a good warm up anyway. I'm not saying I move the bar super fast, but I try to move it as fast as I can. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 5 here, another warm-up set, just 2 reps of this, and then we're going to go up to that heavy single. I think I normally do 120 as a warm-up set, but I think if you increase the weight in your warm-up sets, it might help, especially because now I'm trying to improve my 1 rep max. I think I'm going heavier every week with that 1 rep. I think if I keep it at 120 or keep it quite low in my warm-up sets, it means that 150 ends up being further away and a little bit, I think it turns out to be harder. So I like to do my warm-up sets, maybe increase the weight on them a little bit, because as I improve my 1 rep max, I feel like these lighter weights feel really easier to move. So we're going to do 1, 2, 5, 2 reps, see how it feels, and then we'll see how we get on. Okay, this is for a new PB, 152.5. Sometimes I used to do like an extra single in between that, like 125 to make my heavier weight, but then something like a 140 even. But then I always feel when I do that, I end up fatiguing myself when I try and go for a heavier weight. So I just like to go for it, try it. If it doesn't work for this rep, you might try 1 more set at it, to try and push it again, because normally, if I do like that in between one, I normally feel a little bit too fatigued for the actual PB I'm going for. So that's why we just go straight from 125 to 152.5 and just go for it. Never done this weight before. Whew, felt tough. I'm not sure how the depth was that good, but sometimes I don't mind about having the perfect technique. It's all about, as long as I'm getting to bum in line with knees, I'm pretty happy with that. And as I do it more, the weight more, I feel like the technique comes the more you do it. Because obviously I'm looking to get an adaptation, and then once I feel pretty comfortable at that weight, if I was always looking for the perfect squat depth, I probably wouldn't be able to lift that heavy. So I'd like to go for the weight, and then over time the technique will come. If I could start repping out weight reps at 140, I'd be pretty happy. My aim is to get up to a 180 squat, because that would be about double body weight, or close to double body weight anyway. And then I want to get up to like a 180 squat and then lose a little bit of weight, because right now I'm at 98 kilo. So the aim would be up to get a 180 squat, which obviously I'm miles away from. It's going to take, I'm hoping by the end of the year I get there. I mean, I'm just trying to make little implements every week, because I'm going to keep back squats in my program consistently anyway. So the aim is to get up to a 180 squat, which I know is a bit ambitious, but you never know. And then come down to like 90 kilos, so it turns into a double body weight squat. And try and keep that weight back, which is obviously a very difficult thing to do. But for me personally, I lose weight really quickly. If I don't, like, I can easily lose weight, so that's not an issue, but be more the maintaining of the strength. But we need to work up to that first. We're only at 152, so we still got a long way to go, but that is the aim. It's a good aim to have. I mean, obviously it's going to take maybe longer than a year, but I want to get to that weight and then come down in weight and then just be like super strong for that weight. Because I think that would help as well with sport, like especially because you play football, you know, the less weight you have, the more you'll probably be able to run for longer, because you won't be as, like, I'm not pushing around as much weight, and I'll be stronger as well, so my relative strength will be better. So that's the aim anyway, but we'll see how that goes. We need to get up to 180 first, which could take ages, but yeah. We're going to aim for 3 reps here, see how we get on. We will take that. Whew, that was difficult. I've never done 140 for 3 reps. Pretty happy with that, to be honest. The aim would be to eventually start repping these out pretty comfortably, but that was difficult, but feels good. So we're going to do one more set of that, then we're going to go into RDLs. I swear the most annoying part of RDLs is getting the straps on. Okay. We've got 2 sets of 6 of this last week. Only managed a 6 there. Still feeling pretty heavy. It's only 130. It's nothing crazy. But I was feeling pretty heavy today again. But I'm pretty happy with my progressions on RDLs. I struggled to get strong in these, but pretty happy with 130. But maybe could have went for another reps. A couple of reps, maybe try and get 8 reps here. We'll see how it feels, but it's pretty difficult. Pretty fatigued after the jumps, plyos and squats today. Took a lot out of me, especially squats. I think quads are feeling a bit tired after that. I mean, it's not a lot of volume I do. Like I did 3 or 4 warm-up sets, and then only 3 working sets. So when you think about the working sets, I only did one set of 1 rep, and then 2 back-off sets at 3 reps each. So I've only done like 7 actual working sets, but it's enough. I've been making really good progress every week. I've been getting stronger in the squats, so it shows that you don't need high volume training to make progress. Low volume, high intensity work will work as well. And it works well for me. I prefer this kind of training than high volume kind of work. I prefer low volume, high intensity. But if you're someone who likes high volume work, then you're still going to get strong, you're still going to get muscular doing that. I just prefer to do the minimum dose of strength training because I have so much other things I want to do, like plyos, jumps and sprints, and like playing a sport, that I don't want to be spending all my time doing weights. Like, I just want to do the minimum amount to cause an adaptation, impose an adaptation on my body, and to improve it. And doing this has really improved. Like, my squat has gone up massively these last few weeks because I've been consistent with it, but also because I've just kept the intensity high but the volume really low. Like, I only squat once a week, and I've really, like, I wasn't able to squat 150, over 150 ever, and now I'm managing 152.5. I know it's not a lot, but I was squatting like 140 was difficult for me for a long time, and that's when I was trying to do high rep stuff, doing tons of sets, tons of volume. And now that I'm really just minimum effective doses, my squat strength has gone up. My strength in general has just went way up in everything: bench press, squats, deadlift too, just everything. So, in RDLs as well. So I think I'm only doing 2 sets of this, between 6 to 10 reps. I mean, I'll probably get 8, hopefully get 8 in the next set. But yeah, just doing the minimum amount seems to work really well for me. Because obviously I'm also doing jumps, plyos and sprints, and playing football too. So I've got a lot going on, and I don't need to do that much high volume. My legs are getting worked in different ways rather than just strength training. So it seems to work pretty well. So still making progress, and that's the main thing: making progress and enjoying yourself in the gym, enjoying the process and enjoying what you're doing. So pretty happy at the moment with the strength training. Going to do one more set, and then we're going to do some hip work. This is hands down the best exercise, I think, for your hips. Just a cable knee drive. Need to hold on to something because I always get a little bit, my balance isn't great. And just pulling through and up with the weight. Because you're getting this one through a full range of motion behind the knee, you're actually getting tension on the hip the whole time, rather than sometimes with the banded ones you're not really getting that tension on the hip through a full range of motion. Like when you're lifting like marches and that, you're not really getting the hip, you're not really working the hip through a full range of motion, and you're not working it the whole time. So that's why this is my favourite exercise, and you're working on it behind the knee, which is important when you're doing sprints, when you're sprinting, for keeping the hips strong. We're going to do one more set of those cable knee drives, and that is us for the day. It's been a good session overall. Plyometrics didn't show them, but they're good multi-directional ones. I've done them in another video. Just multi-directional, gradual increase in intensity till quite high intense ones. And then the seated jumps, really like them. And yeah, as I said before, don't worry about jump technique. So yeah, if you want to jump higher, don't worry about your jump technique. Get into the gym and do various kind of jumping, and that's what's going to improve your jump height. And rather than worrying yourself too much about technique and all that, it's just going to make you, when you're actually doing the jumps, it's going to make you think too much. And that's the thing with jumping, you don't want to think too much. You just want to, your body self-organize itself and jump the way it feels is best. But yeah, seated jumps are good. Really like doing them. Different kind of variation. Like as I said, doing various kind of jumps is good to improve your jump height. And they all have different kind of attributes that they're good for. Seated jumps is obviously because you don't have that eccentric, so it's just working on the concentric part, having to be explosive, like off the mark kind of thing, more like an acceleration. And then we have back squats. I absolutely love them, smashed them, managed to get my best PB, so really fucking happy with that, to be honest. And my PB at 3 reps as well, 140 for 3. Delighted with that. It feels good. Legs are feeling really strong. The fact I've been consistently doing squats seems to have helped. I'm doing it every week right now, every Monday. Been doing squats, and it's helped a lot. Like, I'm obviously getting way stronger, so probably won't stop doing them until I notice I'm not getting stronger. Maybe I'll change it up, maybe do some deadlifts. Haven't been doing deadlifts for ages, but well, I'm still getting better at squats. You basically keep going. Like, it's if you feel like you're getting good at something, there's no point stopping it. You just keep going, keep it in the program. But yeah, maybe change the variation a little bit, but at the moment we're happy with back squats. Just keep them going. And then RDLs again improving as well. A little bit difficult today. Legs felt a bit fatigued from the squats and the jumps. So, but yeah, and do some hip work. I love this exercise. Probably my favorite hip exercise. I do it every Monday. Probably will change it out eventually. Try something different. But at the moment, it's been good. My hips feel really nice and loose and really strong, and I'm not really getting any injuries there. So I think this exercise has helped a lot. But yeah, that's us for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you managed to learn something today, and yeah, we'll see you next time.